right. You know?
Second Peter 3 and 11, it says, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness?
I'll say this, it's in our duty to do. Because say if you paid somebody to do it, they'll do it because they want the payment, not because they genuinely wanted to do it. Not because they genuinely felt it was their duty to do it. They did it only for the reward. But now if you say that it's in your duty to do it, you don't really care about the reward. Meaning you put more energy into doing it. Because you feel like it's your duty to do it. You know what I mean? You're not doing it because somebody's gonna pay you money, because you do it, but you ain't putting much energy into doing it because you're just doing it for the money. You know what I'm saying? So we're in this because we genuinely feel like it's the right thing to do. That's why I'm brothers in this truth, and you make bare videos. You're not making bare videos because you care about the reward. You're just doing it because it's in your spirit to do it, man.
This is 2 Timothy 2:25. In meekness, instructing those that oppose themselves, if the Most High peradventure will give them repentance to the acknowledging of the truth.
To the acknowledging that this is the truth. But there's so much fuckery going on out there, man, that stops people from acknowledging this as being the truth. Even though it makes so much sense unto us, man. It's rocket science to a lot of people, man. It's so easy for us to understand this. Why would the super elite spend so much time covering this up? It makes so much sense because they know that this is the truth.
Absolutely.
Which is why they've been endeavoring so hard to hide it from our acknowledgement. Because they see how important it is, man. Because they ain't gonna waste all their money on something that's trivial, that's nothing. The elites aren't stupid. They're wicked, but they're intelligent. They're smart.
Yeah.
They're
Brother,
wise.
what about comedic science? Are they going to spend a lot of money on that?
They don't give a shit about all that shit. Islam and whatnot.
Oh, Christianity, brother. What's up with Christianity?
You know what I'm saying? They're going to cover up this truth. Because they fear it. Alright? So like I said, this is simple to us. So we're trying to bring people to the acknowledgement of the truth. Yeah, yes.
In meekness, instructing those that oppose themselves.
In meekness. Remember what I told you about cussing people? Oh, are you gonna feel a strong, all of that? I mean, at times you could do it because sometimes there's a time and there's a place. You know what I mean? Depending on the situation and the spirit and the flow of everything. But all in all, we're trying to win people over to the Lord. So it says, in meekness, instructing those that oppose themselves. In meekness. Meaning, coming up to a brother in love, man. Because really, when we're out here teaching this word, this is charity.
Yeah.
Teaching this word is charity, man.
Yep.
That's the highest form of charity.
Yeah.
The highest form of love.
Yeah.
We're showing people the mercy of Yahawah and the Son Yahawashi by telling them this gospel, man. So when you come up to a brother, you're gonna come up to him in love, man, letting them know, listen, the Most High don't call us to repentance here. You see you with the dreadlocks in here, you know it says in the scriptures that it's a shame for a man to have long hair, you know. Sometimes when you see a man and his backside turned, he's walking that way, you think it's a woman. And when you turn around, you see the facial, you're like, you know? In this system, you can't tell the difference sometimes between a man and a woman. So you want to make sure you look as manly as possible. You know?
But you know though, brother, sometimes, man, somebody need a good cussing, man.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It depends on the situation. Sometimes a man need a cussing. Because I've done that before. You might try to speak with a man humble, and he doesn't really respect it.
Yeah.
Until you come with the roughness, that's when he starts to fear. So depending on the situation and the man and the spirit that's in front of you, you might need to turn it up.
Go on.
You know what I mean?
Can I just make a comment what he said about this is charity because we're giving of our energy, giving of our time, our resources. We spend money to get here. We're not getting paid for it, as you mentioned. We don't get paid for it. So it's the highest form of charity. We're giving of ourselves.
Exactly. We're giving our time because right now this is Saturday. There's all kind of fun activities to do on a Saturday, you know, in Babylon. You can link a chick. You could see people in the world. You know what I'm saying? Because the streets is more busy on Saturday.
And you can link a home.
You know what I mean?
Yep. That's when we used to link up with our gal.
Weekends for the benefit of people that don't know. So that's charity. People that are in ignorance still. People that are still open to destruction. We're trying to win them over. We're trying to give. You know? Clothes.
Yeah.
Treasure to them. That's love, man. To cuss them out. The here is they throwing the police on us like we're not trying to show them love.
Exactly.
Like we're showing hate or something. They're speaking hate. We're speaking no damn hate. This is love. No love. When you talk, you cuss out homosexual, they're bringing hate. Homosexuality, that's hate. That's hate for life. That's hate for children. That's hate for sex between man and woman. So cussing them out, that's a righteous thing. That's love.
That's right.
That's life. When the people so much in darkness that they phone police on us, man. We got
If the Most High pre-adventure will give them repentance to the acknowledging of the truth, and they that may recover themselves out of the snare of the devil who are taken captive by him at his will.
See that? So you have to understand, the people, they don't know that they're in the hands of the devil, man. Sometimes, that's what I said, sometimes you feel sorry for some people, man, because they don't see the corruption that they're in, that they're drowning in, man. You know when a person in water and they're drowning, like that clip that man he sent me with the tattoos, man drowning in the demons on the side.
Every week we come in, there's a helicopter hovering around.
Drowning in corruption and as for them adultery, can't cease from sin, and all manner of evilry and devilry, man. Not knowing the judgment that awaits them. You feel sorry for them. You feel so sorry that the Most High has literally cut them off from salvation. That when you try and bring this truth to them, they turn away from it, man. Sometimes you feel when you're out there teaching this word. When I was teaching with the brother, sometimes you feel sorry for the people then when they walk past. The brother tried to call out to them and they just walk past and they don't have no realization the greatness that this brother was about to give to them. And through their ignorance, they will be destroyed, man. Because the judgment that comes is no joke thing. It's not no laughing matter. The scripture says many torments and the Lord will bring their fears upon them. So the people walk away and don't realize what they're walking to. They walk in the wrong direction.
But you know what though? On another side, it's not that bad. Because the ones of our people that are destroyed, like it says in Romans the 11th chapter, it says all Israel shall be saved. So if they couldn't get it correct on this side, then they'll be alright when they come back as newborn babies, and the Lord will reteach them again through us. Because I mean, most of our people, let's just be honest, I mean, most of our people, and I'm not saying this to be the meaning or anything of that nature, but just to be truthful, most of our people, there's no rehabilitation. You know, some of us were pretty much gone and destroyed to no return, but we were able to return. But you got a lot of our people that can't return, you know, and eventually they're just gonna have to come back and get it all over again. So it's good because eventually all of us as Israelites all of us are Israelites. We're all going to be righteous anyway, pursuant to Isaiah 61. Yeah. So what?
Got up to work.
So it's not all that bad. I mean, yeah, they're going to get poured into the fire, and the fire's going to be very severe. But when it's all said and done, them spirits are going to come back, and every single Israelite on this planet is going to be complete, and the Lord is going to have mercy on them, and everything's going to be beautiful, man. You know. So that's where it's going to wind up ending up eventually. That's where the bus stops. That's the last one. Basically, the bus stop, man. You know. You're going, brother. So you can give you all. Yeah, you're going.
Basically what the elder is saying. This is Luke 12:42, and it says, "And the Lord said, Who then is that faithful and wise steward, whom his Lord shall make ruler over his household, and give them their portion of meat in due season? Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he comes, shall find so doing.
Yeah.
Of a truth I say unto you, that he will make him the ruler over all that he hath."
Yeah, because another reason why the Most High has set us up to preach this gospel, because potentially not only are we just simply the elect or the prophets, but we're also the judges too. That's going to be restored as well, as in the days of old. So you got to remember that we're the potential judges of the kingdom of heaven. So all we're doing right now is rehearsing that which is of the judgments and the commandments upon ourselves, so that eventually when we get into the kingdom, we're already ready made to judge the world. As it says in Revelations, we're going to all be sitting on thrones judging the 12 tribes of Israel, our people. All right? That government that the Lord carried on his shoulders, known as the house of David. We're the house of David that's being restored. And in that house, you're going to have the judges. Keep going, brother.
This is 2 Corinthians 4. Wherefore, seeing we have his ministry, as we have received mercy,
Right,
we faint not.
Seeing that we have this ministry, go on.
We faint not,
We faint not, go on.
but have renounced the hidden things of dishonesty.
Right, but have renounced, this is Paul talking, right?
Yep.
But have renounced the hidden things of dishonesty. So we put
I'm gonna
all
get in
of
now,
that
so
aside,
I don't take last minute.
so that we can be honest and bring the words of honesty out to further build on the church. All right? And that's what we're doing right now. And as we're doing that, again, we're building upon ourselves, not just the brethren, but ourselves included. And it's all to simply make us the judge, which we are the judges. Okay? Go on.
Not walking in craftiness,
Right, not being deceitful. A judge of the Most High is not deceitful. He's steady in the walk. Okay, go on.
nor handing in the word of the Most High deceitfully.
Right. Now, if you're going to handle the word of the Lord deceitfully, you're doing it to beguile him, so that he can be a part of this assembly here. But to just being deceitful, in terms of him getting involved in a philosophy that has nothing to do with which is set of the record. That's where
So
going
keep
on.
my eye open.
Go on, brother.
Even
But
though I've got you there, I still
by
keep
the
my eye open for the
manifestation of
higher
truth.
ones there.
By the
Because
manifestation
I'm always
of
moving
the
around, you
truth.
know.
What is all that is written therein. So we're supposed to be honest and give you the truth according to as it is written, as I just said. All right? In all honesty. Go on.
Commending ourselves to every man's conscience in the sight of the Most High. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost.
Right. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost. So the ones of our people that don't see this gospel is because they are lost. They're preordained to be lost until they're destroyed. So, you know, you can give the word to Jake, you know, but the majority of them ain't going to see it. So what we're going to have to just deal with is the reality that the majority of our people, they're going to simply be destroyed. All right? Because we come out here, we come out here to preach to the people. But we're not coming out here to just simply teach the people in the hopes that anybody's going to get it. The whole intent is why we teach this word is simply so that the elect can get attracted to this truth and become a part of this thing, because it's all about the elect. At one time, you would go out there and teach the word of the Lord under the intent to wake up as much Israelites as possible. But we always got to remember what the will of the Lord is. And the will of the Lord is to gather the elect from all walks of life, those that be scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. That's the love right there. Go on, brother.
In whom the God of this world have blinded the minds of them which believe not.
Yeah, the so-called white man. He's the God of this earth that have blinded the minds of many of our people, and also putting himself as the image of divinity. This is why you have in these churches, you have the image of Cesare Borgia, and all of those angels, and all of the prophets that's written in the Bible. The iconoclasmized pictures, okay, all up in the churches. So the Most High has allowed Esau to exalt himself as a God towards our people that are lost. So this is why when you tell our people that no, the Lord is a so-called black man, no, that's wrong what you was taught. What we have is the correct thing. They don't like that because they've been comfortable living on a lie, mainly dealing with Christianity to be exact, because most of our people have come under the influence of Christianity, going all the way back to slavery. So we've been so hip to this idea of white supremacy, that God is white, the angels are white, the Lord are white, and that's what they're used to. Now they may not notice it, but that's exactly what they're comfortable in. They're comfortable in living in error, taking on a philosophy that brings about error to their life. Go on, brother.
Which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Mashiach, who is the image of the Most High, should shine unto them.
Yeah. They don't want this light. Because this is the true light, man. This is the light that's going to steer you away from the world of darkness. And knowing his image, speaking of his image, is written in the scriptures. Revelations 1:7 says that he's a so-called black man, basically. All right, he had his teeth was like in color to polished brass. Daniel also says that his arms was as in color. He was a brown man. He was a man of color. So when you read these scriptures, it all involves his image. Okay, the truth, the ways on how you're supposed to conduct himself. It's all a part of his image. Like it says in the book of Genesis on how the Most High made man in his image. What does that mean? Meaning, first and foremost, what that really goes into is you having the ability to know good and evil. Like how the angels, the powers which, created the earth, okay, know good and evil. Go on, brother. And this is why through the years in the Old Testament, now back in the early stages of the Old Testament, there was no such thing as the laws and the commandments. But it doesn't necessarily mean that those commandments didn't exist. It was already stored up in the mind of the men of the Lord, which was known as the sons of God. So really the law and the commandments were oral. But when Moses came on the scene, the commandments became physical then. All right? And all of those commandments are simply there for us to walk thereby, so that we can also bear the image of the Creator, so to speak. I kind of went off on something a little bit, but we're going to get back to the point now. Okay. Keep going, brother.
So Jeremiah 2, I'll start at 26.
Go and get Zechariah 9. Verse 17, verse 18.
You go on media, bro.
As the thief is ashamed when he is found, so is the house of Israel ashamed. They, their kings, their princes, and their priests, and their prophets.
Start with Zechariah. Verse 6. Go verse 6, verse 6. They're going, brother. We had against them.
It says, as Jeremiah 2 and 26. It says, as the thief is ashamed when he's found, so is the house of Israel shamed.
Yeah.
They, their kings, their princes, and their priests, and their prophets.
Yeah, that's talking about your modern day pastors and church leaders and imams, because you got our people that are part of the mosque that are leading the followers of those that are part of Islam. So when the Lord makes a second return and all has been fulfilled, that shame is going to be in the hearts of our people, because then they're going to realize, wait a minute, I heard about the Israelites. Those were the men of the Lord. Everybody's going to find out that the men of God were the Israelites. The guys that were wearing the robes, the garments and that, you know? And that's when, again, shame is going to enter into the hearts of the ones of our people that witnessed seeing the men and seeing exactly what they were teaching. It ignored it. Go on, brother.
It says, saying to a stop, thou art my father, and to a stop, thou hast brought me forth. For they have turned their back unto me, and not their face.
Yeah, and they do that today. Like the brother the what was going into, you know, he was, as he usually talks about, the brother that's out there teaching in Brixton. And they be out there basically prophesying to our people and letting our people know that they're in Brixton of what's to come, but they continue to walk past and they continue to shun exactly what's being said here.
It says,
so that's them turning their back against the Most High. Go on.
It says, but in the time of their trouble, they will say, arise and save us.
Right, but in the time of their trouble, they will say, arise and save us. That goes into Proverbs 1. Because at the last minute, that's when they're going to really want to be saved. They want to be taken care of. When they see death looking directly at them, that's when they're going to want to take repentance seriously. Okay? Because when all hell breaks loose, man, people are going to be believers quick, fast. Instantaneously, they're going to be believers one time. Hey, man, it's so easy for the Most High to allow everybody to become believers. All right? All you got to do is reveal himself. People will believe simply just even on that. The Lord don't even have to destroy this place. He could just reveal himself. Woo. And people will believe. So it's not hard, man. Go on, brother.
Verse 28 says, But where are thy gods that thou hast made thee?
Yeah, because our people are under different religions too. You got those that are in the Episcopalian Church, the Baptist Church, the Methodist Church, Seventh-day Adventists, and all of these different belief systems, which are gods. Okay, and then you got our people that actually worship Muhammad and the likes, and all of these Christians worship the image of Chesedek Borgia. Just like Apostle Hall says that, you know, when you are a Christian, which is very true, because I was a Christian, and I can contest to what he's saying. We all can. When we would pray to the Most High, we would envision the Most High being a so-called white God. So most of these Christians have it in their mind of a white God, an Edomite God in their mind. All right. So not only is Christianity provide you with their philosophy, but it also provides you of their God. Go on.
If I could quickly say,
Yeah.
I was watching a video and they were going into the chariots, but they were giving, like, they was giving the honors and the praises to Farrakhan for that he's been bringing out the truth about the chariots. And it's like the elders and the apostles are going way back and talking about the chariots a long time before that. Because he likes to delve into the scriptures.
Yeah.
But he's double-minded, man.
Yeah.
He's also somehow. But it was crazy the way they was giving him the praise of bringing out the truth of the chariots, man.
Yeah. And you know, too, brothers, man, if anything, if you got something to say,
Yeah, I've
just
got something to say.
hey, just come out and say,
You're
man.
saying, you know
I've
about
been talking for a minute.
Khalid Muhammad.
Yeah.
The bald heads.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
He used to go to the Apostles
Yes.
of Great Musa on 34th Street.
Yes.
And actually get certain scriptures off them and come back and study it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's what he used to use. So they all knew who the apostles were. They knew.
Yeah.
They all knew about Abba Bivens, Elder Apostle Tahar, Khalid Muhammad, Louis Farrakhan.
Yeah, they all know them.
They all used to go to 34th Street
Yeah.
and write down notes of the scriptures.
Yeah.
That's how they know.
They know about that's how they know about the chariots.
Yeah. And you know too, I'm actually kind of glad you brought that up, because you know, sometimes you forget about certain things, but yeah, that's the truth. All of these guys, right, that were once alive and providing our people with the the truth at one time. Like even Malcolm X knew about the Israelites. Just like you said, brother,
Khalid Muhammad, yeah.
Khalid Muhammad, Louis Farrakhan, all of these dudes, they know about the Israelites. They've been around. They all know each other, so to speak. You know, that's a fact. Go on, bro.
Appreciate. Ephesians is my hat off. Please, brother Christian. Ephesians 2 and 10 says that 9. Wherefore God also have exalted him and given him a name which is above every name, that at the name of Yahawashi every knee should bow, of things in heaven and things in earth and things under the earth.
Yeah, so that goes back to what I was saying.
Yeah.
If Yahawashi comes back right now, even the most evil and wickedest spirits that's down here on earth, they would have to believe in him. And you know how furthermore they would have to believe in him? Because even the spiritual demon Satan fears and believes.
Mm-hmm.
So if the spiritual demon Satan believes in the Lord and he fears the Most High, how much more these low wicked spirits? Come on, man.
Last one.
Come on, brother.
And that every tongue shall confess that Yahawashi is Lord to the glory of God the Father.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back to what you're saying again, Mark.
Come on. So again, you got people that say, "Oh, there's no God," and I can understand why they would say that, because their spirit is not resonating with the Most High. Our spirit resonates with the Maker. Their spirit don't. But and yet and still, if the Messiah made his second return right now, even those that don't resonate with righteousness, they would have to believe, because we can't forget that the Most High is the Father of what? Spirits.
If I could just add Baba Kushak, because I had a dream last night, man. It's not one of them dreams where I'm waking up happy, because most of them are, but the presence of the Most High wasn't even there. But I was at some place, a house, some old house, I think. But I opened the door, looked out, there was some kind of creepy, kind of airy feeling in the air, man, like a fog or something.
Yeah.
Couldn't really see too far ahead. And I went up, and I remember I was trying to convince my family, man. But when I woke up, all the details of what I got at the moment is what I'm telling you. When I woke up, I was crying, man. I was just like crying. I was crying. I couldn't believe I was crying though. And then I was all right again. Then I started crying again, Ark. When I woke up after that dream, it's like to say, man, I was sad, man. And I don't get them dreams often. Usually it's a good dream, but
you don't seem like the kind of type of brother to be, showing your emotions.
This one in the
dream, must have been a heavy dream.
When I woke up, I was crying like, boy, the presence of the Most High weren't there. It's just an airy feeling that I had, like it was getting closer. It was getting closer. It was like a foggy kind of thing, getting closer and closer. And I was trying to tell my family. I saw my family. I was trying to tell them something, but I woke up crying, man. Anyway, back to you, man. You know.
Come on.
I still got more in this.
Keep going, bro.
So finishing up 27, it says, but in the time of their trouble they will say, arise and save us. But where are thy gods that thou hast made thee?
Yeah, read it again, one more time.
Alright, so I'll start from 27. So it's for Jeremiah 2:27. It says, saying to a stock, thou art my father, and to a stone, thou hast brought me forth. For they have turned their back unto me, and not their face. But in the time of their trouble they will say, arise and save us. Yeah,
but in the time of trouble they shall say, arise and save us, because you got the ones of our people that are also part of the Kemetic world, the Egyptology world, and they believe in those gods of the ancient Egyptians. So when that day comes, they're going to look to call on their gods, but their gods are going to prove them wrong, and also prove that which is right, which is correct, of that which they don't exist. There's only one God. There's no other God besides the one and only God, such as Yahawah. That's in the book of Deuteronomy 32. You can get that, brother. Get Deuteronomy 32, verse, let me see what we can get.
I've got something quickly concerning about the idols. What's going to happen in Yahawah's coming? Can I bring that out?
Yeah, you could go get that.
Isaiah 2 and 18. Start at 17. And the loftiness of man shall be bowed down, and the haughtiness of men shall be made low. And the Lord Yahawashi alone shall be exalted in that day.
Yeah, so every living soul on the planet, as you just read, brother, is going to bow before the Son of Man when he makes his second return. Because that's going to be Yahawashi proclaiming his position and proclaiming who he this. All right? But this says that, let's read this again.
And the loftiness of man shall be bowed down, and the haughtiness of men shall be made low.
Right, the haughtiness of men. What's the word haughty mean? The word haughty means pride. So you're gonna have men with great levels of pride. They're gonna be bowed down because they're gonna look at the Messiah as the one and only, the Father of the planet. Okay? That's why we call him the Heavenly Father. Now you have the Most High Father, which is Yahawah, but then you have Yahawashi. He's the Father of all. He's the Father of all of us.
Kings of kings, lords of lords.
Exactly.
Right.
Thank you for backing what I'm
That's right!
He's going to become the King of Kings because you're going to have other kings amongst Israel. You're going to have other men that's going to be sitting on thrones, right? But he's going to have the top throne. He's going to have the big, gigantic throne, and we're going to have our little thrones in the midst of his large throne. So he's coming to proclaim his position, all right? And you know it proves what I'm saying is true because Isaac, as we believe him to be, is Yahawashi, all right? And he's coming to save his sons, or his grandsons, which are the descendants of Jacob, and he's coming to destroy his other grandsons, which are the descendants of Esau. All right, so the father's coming back. Go on, bro. Our dad's coming back.
You know, Revelation 1:7 says, every eye shall see him and well.
Yeah.
Right?
Shalakia, brother.
And they're going to wait.
Shalakia.
Go on.
I hate this fucking life, you know. I hate this fucking life.
We all do, fella.
I hate fucking living in this sin. I hate living in this fucking evil kind of way. Because I'm fucked up. And I hate this fucking world. Yeah?
I'm nearly out of it.
Shalakia, brother.
We're nearly out of it.
Shalakia.
Yeah, got it off your chest, man. Got it off your chest. Back to you. Carry on
It's
now.
powerful that he said that because
Yeah.
he was talking about that earlier before.
Yeah.
This is why we come into the truth, because we know that we fucked up. That's the whole premise of being in this truth, man. That's what I'm talking about. You understand? So I mean, like, you know, most people may think, oh yeah, he's bugging out, but nah, that's the spirit of the Lord.
Calm.
Confessing that we ought to hate this world, man, and we ought to hate the situation we're in, because we know that there's a better situation. It's getting ready to come our way. All right, and we're not ready to condemn the spirit of this place. The spirit of this place is on the left-hand side. Everything is on the left-hand side in this life. Nothing works out in this life all the way and through. Now, if it does work out, it's simply because you're wicked. Because the wicked in this world prosper. So if you're generally a righteous man in this society, life is going to be pretty hard for you. Because this is not your habitat. So this is why we are hastening the day of the Lord. So that we can get into a righteous setting and everything could be beautiful, man. Okay, go on, brother.
And the Lord Yahawashi alone shall be exalted in that day, and the idols he shall utterly abolish.
Right, so Baphomet is going to be nothing. All of these different spirits and you know, these different beings that people look up to, they're going to be demolished. They're going to be done for. The only man that's going to be idolized and honored and respected as the one and only is Yahawashi. Because he's that man. He's the begotten spirit, man. Okay, he's the spirit that came before all spirits. So damn it, he deserves to be reverenced and honored. Go on, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking about how every eye shall see him and well because of him. Right? And that's because on that day, these wicked people understand the Lord is exactly. That's the one part they're going to know in their hearts that it's game over. You know what I'm saying? They're going to know that in this very day when they see the chariots busting the clouds and they see how the side coming down.